Good evening and welcome to Discover the Power of Self-Care Practices webinar. I'm so pleased to introduce you guys to your host, Hong Ling. A little bit about Hong Ling. Hong Ling is a self-care therapist, and she has been helping her clients to enhance their mental resilience and emotional wellness using mindfulness techniques and alternative therapies such as aromatherapy, sound therapy, breath work, and tapping. Hong Ling is also a co-founder of the Wellness Healing Circle, which is a micro community of like-minded people who are passionate about their self-development and are committed to making an impact in other people's wellness journey. So without further ado, here's Hong Ling.
Hi, hi, Crystal. Thank you very much, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming in and joining me in this webinar, this masterclass. So today I will be talking about discover the power of self-care practices, and we will be talking about what is self-care, why self-care, identify your self-care needs. I will also be sharing my 3R self-care method. And lastly, there's a bonus of 5-day challenge. So this is not a TED talk, okay? So I strongly encourage your participations, especially when I do the part 3 segment about 3R self-care method, where I will be basically guiding through you the practices that I'll be sharing later. And a quick introduction about myself. I'm Chua Hong Ling. I'm your self-care therapist. I help people like you build simple self-care practices without always feeling drained, depleted, and distracted. Okay, so this is my story. So during the COVID lockdown, I'm sure a lot of people and most of us have challenging times. Okay, so for me, okay, I had caregiver burnout. And then it just spiraled down into depression with fleeting suicidal thoughts. So it was one of my rock bottom, one of my lowest period in my life. Okay, and I'm very blessed and grateful to have a safe support group that helps me in lending a listening ear. And I also step outside my comfort zone and receive help from the mental health professionals, you know, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, the family therapists from our IMH. So I'm very grateful that I was able to recover without any medication. So the psychiatrist was telling me that, are you sure you don't want any medicine? I said, no, no, no. Okay. Yeah. So this is my part about recover without medication. And it made me realize the importance of self-care. So self-care is a priority and necessity, and it is not a luxury. Okay. So what is self-care? So self-care are activities that nourish and rejuvenate us to stay balanced in our body, mind, and spirit, keeping us resilient and adaptable in times of change and uncertainty. Then why self-care? So basically, self-care helps us to manage our stress. It's clinically proven to reduce stress and anxiety. There are some studies have proven that. It helps us to boost our energy and vitality so that you are able to do the things you love and always wanted. And also, it enables you to have healthier relationship so that you can give more to others. So imagine like me, burn out already, how to give to others, right? Yeah. Then this is the part about how to identify your self-care needs. So there are 3 key pointers, which is listen, identify, and explore and experiment. So for the listening part, listen to your physical, mental, and emotional states. Then you identify what are your sources of stress. Okay, and then you will find ways. Okay, so explore and experience your self-care practices, activities that help you stay balanced and grounded. So the fun part is the experience part, okay, experiment part, because you know everybody have different needs. Everybody needs is different because we are all unique. So whatever practice might suit me, for example, I really love the practice of gratitude. It might not be so suitable for another person. Another person may love another practice. So this is the part where I strongly encourage you to explore and experiment the self-care practices so that you can find your own best practices. Let's move on to my 3R self-care method. It started off with realign, rebalance, and reconnect. So for the 3R self-care method on realignment, is that we have these empowering emotions, thoughts, and habits. And all this make us overthink. So I'm always an overthinker. And I'm a big procrastinator also. And I have a lot of self-sabotage, patterns. Like, when I have a deadline, I will always procrastinate until die already. Oh, xiao liao lah, I need to complete. Then I will chiong. So this is one of my self-sabotage pattern. So now that we are aware of all this, then what would be the practices that can help us, realign? So we have feelings check-in, mindfulness technique like RAIN. RAIN represents recognize. Okay, then you observe, that you acknowledge, then you investigate, and you nurture. Then we also have practices of self-acceptance, because by accepting yourself, you are aligning yourself. There will be forgiveness and also learning boundaries to set, setting boundaries, in relationship especially. I used to be a people pleaser. I'm sure, many of you can relate that. So I become a doormat, and I'm a yes person, especially the time when I work in corporate, in the accounting profession. I always say yes, yes, yes to my boss, but it leads me to burn out because I do not have the courage to say no. So setting boundaries is very important so that you can realign yourself to really what is important for you. And all these practices are actually, tested and proven personally by me. So that's why, I have personally experienced and gained the benefit of all these practices. So I'd like to first share the first practice, which is called feelings check-in. So it's very simple. You just need to find a quiet space. Then you sit down without distractions. Then you name the emotions. So allow yourself to tune into your body and name the emotions that is coming up. Then you observe what are the emotions that is coming up and learn to accept them. Okay, so emotions, there are no right or wrong. So we used to think that negative emotions are bad. But negative emotions, are emotions. There is no negative and no positive. Okay, so when you accept, it's about practicing self-compassion. How can you be compassionate to yourself so that you don't make all these emotions wrong? And also, all these emotions will always pass. You will never stay, angry. So it always it will fluctuate. So later, I will combine the feelings check-in with another practice. And I'd like to move on to the next method, which is the rebalance. So a lot of times when we have emotions, especially when we are in certain situations, challenging situations especially, we do not know how to process the emotions, or we do not have the time to process those emotions. So we either suppress or repress those emotions. So the longer all these emotions are being suppressed and repressed, guess what? It will cause our energies to be blocked, because we also have an energetic body. And then it will cause imbalances in our energy centers. So for those who are familiar with the chakra system, the energy centers are also called the chakras. Then we also have the practices. So personally, I have experienced aromatherapy, breath work, grounding, sound therapy. I love sound therapy, especially using Koshi wind chimes. There are also other therapies, sound that you can explore, and also tapping. So I will move on to the next practice, which is deep breathing. But the problem with us nowadays, including myself, okay, is that, I tend to hold my breath, okay, and especially when I check emails, or especially when I need to do something very urgent, then I hold my breath. Then also, my breathing tends to be a bit, shallow. So the solution is actually for us to inhale, to hold, and to exhale. And I will be basically sharing with you pointers about deep breathing. So firstly, for your postures, remember for your legs, okay, it has to be flat on the ground. Your hands should be gently rested on your lap or on your thigh. Your neck is not to be bent, okay, so it should be straight. Your shoulders, okay, because I have a tendency to slouch also. So remember to pull back your shoulders and straighten it. And also let your back, okay, straighten, but it does not mean that it is rock straight, okay? So let it curve naturally. And the pace of breathing is very important. So for first time people, who are new into deep breathing, remember you just pace yourself. So later during the guided, practice, if you can't catch up, never mind, you take your time and you'll be able to pace yourself and follow us. Then for those who are good in listening, when you exhale, make soft sounds when you breathe out. So this could help you focus better. For those who are good in visualizing, okay, then you're very good in colors, combination, all this. Then you can inhale. When you inhale, you can visualize soft, soothing pastel colors. Like for me, I love pink, I love sky blue. Then when you exhale, you visualize you exhaling out. That means breathing out, black, brown, gray energies, okay, colors. Then for those who are very, kinesthetic, which is, tend to feel much more, you can actually inhale and try to expand your belly, okay, like your stomach. Then you hold your expanded stomach and then you exhale. And when you exhale, remember to collapse your stomach. So for those who are new to this, it's okay. Sometimes it takes time to practice to get it correctly. But the longer, the much more you practice, the more you'll be able to do so. So let's move on to the deep breathing. So I would like to recommend that those who are wearing glasses, you can take off your glasses like me, so that to make myself comfortable. And also remember what did I tell you just now? Remember your legs has to be flat on the floor. Your hands gently rested, okay, on your lap or on your thighs. And remember your neck and shoulders, okay, straight, don't slouch, and keep your back straight, naturally straight. Okay, so I'd like to invite you right now to close your eyes. Take one deep breath in and gently exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and gently exhale through your mouth. So I'm going to do the inhale, hold, and exhale. So let's do. You just follow my instruction. So inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. So when you exhale, you can gently, purse your lips and let it exhale from your mouth, or you can exhale from your nose. It's really up to you. So let's do another round. Breathe in, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. So let's do another one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And let's do another count of deep breathing. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3. And exhale 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to move on to the feelings check-in practice I shared with you just now. So keep your eyes closed. Now I would like to invite you, okay, to tune out your surroundings and tune in to your body. Tune in, let go of what is happening outside there and just focus onto yourself. So you are now in a very safe space. And now I would like to suggest you, okay, to be present, to be aware of the emotions that you might be feeling. So for me, I feel angry. Okay, so where is that anger? It could be, located in some parts of your body. So when you have the emotions, name the emotions and see whether you could locate the emotion in your body. So I feel anxious. I could locate it in my stomach. How about you? So gently breathe in normally, gently exhale. When there is no emotions, it's okay. It will come when it comes. So I would like to suggest you to continue to name the emotions, observe the emotions. And then like me, when I feel anxious, when I feel angry, okay, I accept this as just emotions. There's no negative emotions. There's no positive emotions. They are just feelings. They are just emotions. And then I would like to suggest you to practice self-compassion. So be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself that it is okay that I don't feel any emotions. It is okay that I may have certain emotions that I don't like it. It's okay. Just be compassionate. Just be kind with yourself and just be gentle with yourself. So allow yourself to breathe in normally and exhale normally and continue to watch your emotions. I'm going to leave you for around 1 minute. And if you don't have emotions, it's fine. You can continue to inhale, hold, and exhale. Practice the deep breathing. You can do the listening, the visualization, or the feeling. Remember to keep your eyes closed throughout this. Closing the eyes will help you focus better. Okay, we are coming towards the end of the practice. Please keep your eyes closed. I would like to invite you to slowly bring your presence back to here and now. Just follow my instructions. Okay, take a deep breath in. Remember the inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. And then we exhale 1, 2, 3. So take another deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. And exhale 1, 2, 3. And take one last deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale 1, 2, 3. So don't open your eyes yet. Okay, so I would like to bring your presence. Okay, you can gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Okay, so be aware of the room that you of the environment that you are in. Okay, for those you can also rub your hands, okay, and gently cup it over your eyes. Okay, you can rub and cup it over eyes, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Okay, and smile. Okay, so thank you for doing this practices together with me. So I would like to, invite you to share in your chat box. What is your current emotional and mental state right now? For example, do you feel calm? Do you feel relaxed? Crystal says she you nearly fall asleep. Okay. Okay, Rico says she's grounded. Okay, how about Victor? Oh, Victor just come back. Okay. Okay. Oh, Cecilia says she's energized. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for your participation. Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to move on to the next one. Okay, you hang on there. So the next one I'd like to share with you is the timer's tab. So what is thymus? Thymus is like, what you see in the diagram. It is just beneath our collarbones, and it is directly near our, chest, no, our breast plate. Okay, so this is the one whereby thymus is involved in the production of white blood cells. So by tapping it, you are stimulating the production of white blood cells. And guess what does the white blood cells do for us? It helps us to boost our immunity system. And at the same time, this thymus tapping can help you manage your anxiety also. So when you feel anxious like me with public speaking, you just simply tap here. So when you tap here, use the strength of your fingers area, not the gorilla thumb, pom pom pom. So it's very simple. You just tap here gently. Okay, let's tap together for 1 minute. And 1 minute is enough already. So during COVID period, okay, I make a practice of tapping it, in the morning when I get up, so that it can help me to boost my immunity system. So this is how we can use it to support us. So gently tap it, okay. Then, we can keep it very short. 30 seconds is fine also. Okay, so always remember that when you are about to fall sick, when you want to boost your immunity system, or when the people around you, are not feeling well, you can also share with them these practices. Okay, yeah. So I'd like to move on to the last method, which is reconnect. So I would like to share about the brain, the heart, and the gut connection. So this is part of the mind-body connection. So unfortunately, with our society, we tend to use a lot of cognitive, that means coming from the brain, okay, that we forget that there is actually intelligence or brains in the heart and brains in the gut. So we do have the heart intelligence and the gut intelligence. So one of my favorite teachers, Dr. Mate, so he always say that for the gut, okay, he will always ask, how many times do you have that powerful gut feeling, okay, but you just ignore it or you just dismiss it? Then after that, you say, 笑了啦. That means to say that, you regret it. Okay. So this is where that, unfortunately, we are so involved in our thinking that we ignore our gut feelings. And the gut feeling is very important for us because it gives us early, messages that we can take note of. Like when somebody tell you something, so what is your gut feeling about? Okay, so I would like to suggest you nowadays to learn to practice to tune into that. Okay, then the heart. How about the heart? So according to some studies, it is said that, when the heart, vibrates, it actually vibrates at the higher, more powerful, energetic frequencies than what is in our brain. So there's a lot of heart intelligence that we have not been tapping on to. And the heart is very important. Remember my realign. So when our heart is aligned with our vision, our goals, guess what? You are able to achieve your visions, your goals much more easier. So when you are connected with your brain, your heart, and your gut, for me, I find that I have a lot of clarity. I am much more powerful because I am brave enough to say no to people, to certain things that I do not want to engage in. And also I experience more joy. So different people will experience different things. So I look forward to hear from you in future. When you learn to connect all this, what do you get in return? So for the practices that we have would be gratitude, journaling, intentional rest. Okay, so intentional rest is very important for us because I used to make rest wrong. So when I see myself resting, I will make myself, I feel very guilty and very shameful because, I feel useless that I'm not doing anything. But remember, there's a Chinese word called 休息是为了走更长的路. So it's important for us to rest so that you can walk a longer journey. So there's a lot of ancient wisdom behind this. And then meditation and also self-compassion practices. So I'd like to share with you, the fourth practice, which is the gratitude list. So please help me to list in the chat box 3 things or people that you are grateful for. It could be, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your bosses, or, the Singapore government for making us safe, keeping us safe during COVID time. Crystal says she's grateful for yummy chocolate and cake. She's grateful for a good focus meditation and grateful a friend that made her coffee. So how about the rest? Thank you. Okay, thank you, Rita. Yeah, we are learning from each other. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I like to move on. Cecilia says that she's grateful to her family and friends, the ability to walk and breathe fresh air, and having a roof over her head. Yes, yes. Aren't we blessed, when, compared to other people who are suffering from natural disaster, we do have a roof over our head. Yes. How about the rest? Okay, so Reiko says that she's grateful for a bed and shelter, for a healthy family, and for her family, and also the career opportunities that she has. Okay. How about the rest? It's okay. So I would like to move on, to the next one. So the next one is journaling. Okay, so in this journaling, we just find a quiet and comfy space. Okay, so in this quiet and comfy space, please write. You can use your handphone. Okay, so I will be giving you approximately 3 minutes because of the time constraint that we have. Then you just write without, just ignore the grammar, the sentence construction, and etc. You just write whatever that comes to your mind. Okay. And then I would like to play some music. You hang on now. Yeah, so just help me to finish your last sentence. I'm sorry because of the time constraint. Yeah. So spend 1 minute to review and reflect what you have written. So what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Yeah, and because it's 3 minutes, it's difficult for you to identify the patterns. So I would strongly encourage you when you do journaling, it has to be at least, preferably 5 to 10 minutes if possible. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So always remember after you write, review and reflect your thoughts and feelings and identify the patterns, see whether is there any patterns that keep repeating. Like for example, for me, I realized that I keep repeating certain thoughts. Then it is for me later to investigate why do I have all these thoughts. Okay. And now I would like to do a recap. So I have touched on what is self-care, why self-care, and help you to identify your self-care needs and share with you the 3R self-care practices. So later we'll move on to the bonus, the 5-day challenge. So the 3R self-care method, we have covered some of the practices. They are the feelings check-in, the deep breathing. So remember, it's inhale, hold, and exhale. You can always start with 3, 3, 3. That means 3 seconds. Then you can gradually increase to 4 to 5. Okay. And then there are many deep breathing methods. What I share with you is just one of them. There's box breathing, etc. So feel free to go out. There's a lot of resources out there to explore and experiment. And timer stepping helps you to boost your immune system. And remember, the reconnect is about having that gratitude list, having, practicing being grateful for whatever you have in your life. And also, lastly, journaling helps you to clear some stuff out of your space, your mental space, your emotional space, so that you are better connected with your brain, your heart, and your gut. And then now is the Q&A. Do you have any questions? Yeah. So maybe the deep breathing and feelings check-in is too relaxing. Okay. So any questions? No, huh? Okay. So if you have any question, you can always, WhatsApp me or email me. I'm most happy to answer. Okay, let me see. Q&A time. Yeah, it's really Q&A. But it seems that everybody seems relaxed. Okay, yeah. So whatever question you have, okay, you are most welcome to reach out to me. Then the next one I'd like to move on is our what is your key takeaway? So please share one of your key takeaway in the chat box. So why? Because when you share, you will be able to anchor your learnings. So as I mentioned just now, this is not a TED Talk. Okay, so when you get to practice, you get to experience, then you'll be able to hold on to what you have learned. He says the realign. Yeah, so realign practices, the feelings check-in. So Crystal is about prioritize self-care. Victor's key takeaway is realizing self-care is also a kind of self-help. Deep breathing practice is good and powerful. Yes, that's the problem. Okay, I always tend to do a lot of shadow breathing also. So when I do deep breathing, it helps me to oxygenate my body and I feel much more energized also. And at the same time, I'm more clear and able to focus. Yes, Rico says that I learned I have to schedule self-care practices, self-care time to rest. Yes, correct. So it's about prioritizing, and once we prioritize, we'll be able to schedule, whatever that is very important for us. Okay, yeah. So thank you very much for your sharing. And right now, I would like to invite you to join me, okay, in the free 5-day self-care challenge. So the free 5-day self-care challenge is about 5 practices for 5 minutes and for 5 days. So the practices could be the same or different every day. Okay, you just only need to do for 5 minutes. And then you will just have to do for 5 consecutive days. Remember, it has to be consecutive because you're forming a habit, forming a practice. So if you do 3 days, then you stop, then I'm sorry, you have to restart. So Rico has helped me to put the link in there, so you can click there. Alternatively, okay, you can actually there's a scanning that I will share with you just now. And why do you need to join this 5-day challenge? So remember, I'm not into TED Talk. I'm more into practicing and applying into my current life. So it's very important for us to prioritize our well-being. And when we prioritize, remember, we always need to practice regularly and then have fun, okay? Explore and experiment. So remember what I shared earlier in the beginning of the masterclass is that, there is no right or wrong or just one self-care practices. So everybody have different self-care needs. So have fun, okay, finding your own self-care practices. And by joining us in this free 5-day self-care challenge, you are able to connect with like-minded individuals, and then you're able to get support and encouragement from each other. So why? Because you also have accountability. So in the past, I tried to do it on my own, but when we started to have our WHC, our Wellness Healing Circle, 5 days gratitude and 21 days gratitude. Okay, so I was able to to do the 21 day gratitude easily because, I feel very uplifted when I connect with like-minded people. And then I get a lot of support and encouragement when I, read the posts that they have put in our chat. So this is where that, come and join us in this 5-day self-care challenge. Okay. And then it is going to start on 24th to 28th of February. It is valued at Sing dollar 199, and this time round is going to be free. So this is the part whereby you can scan the QR code. Okay. Yes. So you can click this to join us in our challenge. And it's very important. Always, this will help you to jumpstart and build your self-care practices. Okay, then it will help you in your wellness journey. So I would like to say that this is how you can contact me. Okay, you can WhatsApp me, you can email me, and you can find me in the Instagram. Okay, and then please help me to fill the feedback form so that we can improve our webinars. This is my first webinar that I'm doing on my own, and I would like to take this opportunity, okay, to thank you to help me to complete this. It will only take 1 to 2 minutes of your time. Yes. Okay. And also at the same time, I would like to express my gratitude to my fellow team members, Crystal and Rico, for supporting me so that we can host this masterclass. Yes. Thank you everybody for taking your time. And I would like to see you at the free 5-day self-care challenge.